Ashwini, thank you for those trading ideas. Manoj Gaur, Executive Chairman of JP Group, joins us live from New Delhi now. Mr. Gaur, fantastic to have you back. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Gaur, before I get into specific, I guess everyone in the market is curious to understand one thing from you, is that why has JP Associates failed to monetize the value of its cement business?
Well, good morning. Thank you very much for asking this question straight. I think the question that why JP Group or JAYPEE-GROUP Associates has failed to monetize asset is a wrong perception. First of all, I have to be candid here that this organization has been built after years of determined working in this our country, which is where we all are working as a good citizen of India, prospering. JP Group is a creditworthy organization. As part of deleveraging plan, we have taken various steps. That is why JP Cement Corporation, where south and west assets were hived off, were placed there in the company. And it is not a question of we have failed. It is a question of how people perceive such a situation. As far as JP Group is concerned, as a group's representative, as the company's first worker, I have to say that we are determined, committed to deleverage, and I have been on the record, and I would like to again reconfirm that as far as we are concerned, we have a mandate to, and we have a commitment to make, to honor, and we are looking at options not only for cement but also across companies. And in this scenario where India's economy is under pressure, I think debt is being seen as a curse, which I think should not be as a case, especially the companies which are honoring their commitment, which have a business model which is robust. And yes, I agree, to have a debt is something which has its own tension, but it is not that we are very happy to have such a debt. So we have taken steps. Unfortunately, so far they did not yield result, but you will see results will be there within this financial year, and you will see a substantial deleveraging across different companies of JP Group.
So you have a debt of about 40,000 crore, approximately, a very ballpark number here. You've indicated that you plan to deleverage the debt. Can you give me a ballpark number that what could be the total debt on your balance sheet by the end of this financial year?
As JP Group, as you know, there are three companies: JAYPEE-GROUP Associates, the flagship company; JAYPEE Power Venture, the power company; JP Infratech, the infrastructure company which owns Yamuna Expressway and a significant amount of real estate. And when the figures is talked about debt, for it is taken is 45 or 50. Let me take a minute here to clarify that as far as JAYPEE-GROUP Associates is concerned, the debt of 22,000 crores. As far as JAYPEE Power is concerned, the debt of 21,000 crores. As far as JP Infratech is concerned, the debt of about 7,000 crores. Now, it was in 2003 when we commissioned the 300 megawatt of hydropower plant in Baspa, Himachal. And in 2005, we were the first company in private sector to go public. And that was time to all the investors of the world, we could successfully leverage how the debt servicing is a very normal and a phenomena in a power company where debt servicing is part of tariff structure and it is insulated from the normal market's pulls and pressures. And it has been the case for now last 10 years. Now, let me say here that power company is in midst of a massive expansion program because of Nigri thermal power plant and Bara power plant. But as far as Jayaprakash Power is concerned, it has recorded a substantial increase in its generation base, and it's even today its book value share is 23 rupees. But different type of matters, very baseless type of stories are floating around, which is beating the stock of a group, especially power company. Now, there are plans for Jayaprakash Power Venture to deleverage. There are plans to deleverage JAL debt, and we have a plan which I feel within this year will bring down the debt by at least 15,000 crores in these two companies.
Mr. Kaur, let's talk about JP Infra, because that really has been in the news of late and that has really been beaten down yet again. No F1 race in FY14, because that's going to be another hit on the group as well as company JP Infra as well. What is the exact revenue hit that you will take because of the race not taking place in 2014?
Madam, thank you very much for asking this question. Let me be very candid here. The race is happening in 2013. As already Mr. Barney on record, the race will happen in 2015 again. The people, certain section of people are creating lot of, I will say, negativity around JP Group, which as an Indian, as a worker of this company, I feel it is a misuse of democracy. JP Infratech has a robust model. Lot of stories, lot of apprehensions were there as far as Yamuna Expressway in last 4 years. As far as company is concerned, group is concerned, it delivered on everything which we promised, except that we cannot do anything about a share price. As far as your pointed question about the revenue drop, I will like to say the results will show quarter after quarter that there will not be any hit on JP Infratech as far as whether race is happening in 2014 or not. So I can only say that I'm sad. I'm not disheartened. I'm sad that just some people can create stories, rumors, and a company which is recording a good PAT, a company is giving dividend for last 4 years, its stock is being beaten as if there is no tomorrow. So I would like to only assure the people who have supported the group, the 10 lakh shareholders, the bankers, and there are people who know how this group has been delivering year after year, that as an organization we are responsibly working to deleverage our balance sheet. At the same time, the organization has very strong fundamentals, and people should not be swayed by any rumors of any kind.
Mr. Kaur, just one clarification and really take it on record. Are you saying that the race will happen in 2014?
No, I am saying race will happen in 2015. I am not saying 2014. I am saying whether race happens in 2014 or not. But I think race, they have already decided. Bernie Electrostone decides which race in which country and when. So for 2014 they are not considering India, but 2015 the race is very much on for India.
Thank you for that clarification, but let's be company specific here. I've got your stated intention that you are ready, you want to reduce your debt. So let's look at all the options. What are the options for JP Associates which you're considering to reduce the debt, and what are the options you're considering for other group companies to reduce the debt? Can you be more specific here?
Well, as far as Jayaprakash Associates is concerned, the best thing is to monetize some of the assets for cement, and that is what we have been working upon. And you started with this session that we have failed to do that. So I only want to say that there is no question of actually people failed to put up projects, people failed to meet commitments. But to make a deadline and then say that we have failed to sell something is something which I am not of that school of thought. So there are options in cement, and that is what we are going to pursue, and we are already doing it. And you know that there is as far as JAYPEE is concerned, there is 35 million ton cement capacity in operation, and it is India's story, in my opinion, which creates doubts in the mind of people. Otherwise, cement deal would have happened long back. But even though there may be still people who may have doubts about India's future, but we have full faith in India's future, and we are not because I want to be sounding as politically right or wrong. I believe that a very capable finance minister is working for reviving India's economy, and you will see that either by divesting one or two cement plants, a lot of debt will come down in JAL. That is as far as JAL is concerned.
So can I take it on record that before this financial year you will sell your cement asset? And let me quote the recent Holcim and Ambuja deal. Do you think that valuation will act as a benchmark for your deal as well?
Well, I would like to be here very kindly. As far as benchmarking concerned, I will not be able to make comment vis-a-vis what is happening, because that is their internal matter of their own. Their two companies held by one group. But as far as we are concerned, I can say that asset in Gujarat would be valued separately, differently than the asset in South. In South, there has been a lot of overcapacity, because of which there has been less action. But post Telangana decision, I feel that there will be much different perception of cement market in South. But there are other options with the company. There are assets in Himachal, there are assets in even Uttar Pradesh. They are some of the very prized assets of the group. And as far as we are concerned, with a lot of passion we have made these projects. But for the sake of organizations and its stakeholders, its shareholders, very bright and safe future, we will take decision without any emotions, and we will take decision which is right for the company. So as far as JAL is concerned, we are looking at a debt reduction of by about 10,000 crores in this financial year.
Let's talk about the construction segment as well, Mr. Gaur, because the margins have really taken a hit over there. This time around, they've gone down by almost 5% or so. What's the order book status right now? How do you see your construction segment actually pan out in the next 2 to 3 quarters?
As far as JAYPEE is concerned, you are kindly aware there are clearly 4 segments: cement, construction, real estate, hotels. So construction has been a very important. In fact, it continues to be a very important business for the group. And as you have pointed out, that there is a bit of a decline, but the decline was because 2 of the major projects which were there for more than 4 years under execution, Yamuna Expressway and Karcham-Wangtoo project, they got completed. But even then, we got projects in Bhutan. I think a lot of news is already there in the country. How many infrastructure projects have been installed? Government is not been able to speed up the project approvals for various projects, whether it is in power or in roads. So we are available. We are going to bid for the projects, and I think whatever may be the case, 5,000 crore of revenue from construction, we are on course as far as this segment is concerned.
Mr. Gaur, in JP Infratech, you're also sitting on a large land bank, and I've seen that's good land bank which is in and around Delhi. What is stopping you from monetizing that land bank? I mean, you sell part of that land or piece of that land, your debt ratio will significantly improve.
That is what I am wondering. That a company which has been dividend paying company, where there's so much apprehension whether Yamuna Expressway will be completed or not, if completed whether it will be opened or not. When it was opened, the share price 58. Today with land holding, with the government hiking up the land acquisition price, land being available in this company, the book value of share is for 45, and stock has been beaten to a very, I would say, abysmal level. So it is something which I do not know how people want to work, why people are doing this. But as far as company is concerned, I mentioned to you, all three companies are having very strong fundamentals. There are land is there. There are options whether we make integrated township or we do block sales of land, and we will do. But as far as JAYPee Infratech is concerned, we are on course to do a turnover which will be better than the last year, and you will see this progress quarter after quarter. As far as there is no great need to sell land today, because the pipeline of the sales which have been done and the revenue which are getting generated, they are sufficient to make sure that we do a better performance than the previous year.
Mr. Kaur, your annual report this time also points to some unrelated diversification taken up. For example, cement grinding units in JP Power, multi-speciality hospital in JP Infratech, forays into civil aviation, Himalaya Putra Aviation that is, and fertilizers and chemicals in JFIL. What explains this?
Well, I am very happy that you are asking this pertinent question. I think let us start one by one. As far as this grinding thing you mentioned, that is you are talking that it is a unrelated business for Jayaprakash Power. Am I correct as far as your question is concerned?
Right.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Gaur, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
I am saying this grinding, what you mentioned is unrelated. I beg to differ, because it is not unrelated. JP Group, because of this cement capacity, is the third largest producer of cement. And as far as why we had to do this grinding thing in power, because MOEF, Ministry of Environment and Forest, has stipulated that after 3 years, within 3 years of startup of a power plant, power company should be able to utilize the fly ash on dry basis, because the land is now scarce. Earlier means thousands of acres of land is being used, in fact where the fly ash is dumped for the last 50 years by various power plants, mostly belonging to government. So I am not criticizing that, I am only saying that has been the norm. But now MOEF has taken a very clear view that within 3 years of startup of a thermal power plant, dry fly ash should be used gainfully. So as a company, we have taken this decision that we will put up a grinding plant with a thermal power plant, and that is not an unrelated business. And I mark my word, I am on record, that over a period of next 3 to 5 years, you will find many companies doing this when they are going to put up a thermal power plant. Talking about the fertilizer business, well, you can say it is a unrelated business, but this was a fantastic opportunity, and it was a BIFR company of Duncan Industries, which this group revived. And I think we all know how fertilizer is important for India's economy, and it is not an unrelated business as far as we are concerned. It is a continuous 24/7 industry. Cement is a 24/7 industry. Thermal power plant is 24/7 industry, and that is something which we have been able to revive, and our plant has started in Kanpur, UP. Third thing you mentioned is about the healthcare. Well, JP Infratech, as a business model, for last 7 years we have been explaining that we have to create 5 integrated cities. So 5 integrated cities are coming up. The first one is at Noida, Wishtown, Noida, where in 1150 acres, we have been able to have more than 4 crore square feet real estate which have been sold, and school, colleges, medical, all have to come as part of city. So JP Infratech has definitely made a subsidy so that in which a super specialty hospital is coming up. And well, one may say education is unrelated, one may say medically unrelated, but there are options that whether we could have some other companies coming and opening a hospital, or we ourselves venture for there. So JP Infratech has decided to open this super specialty hospital at Noida because it was supposed we do aspire to give a very good medical care at an affordable price. And as far as Himalayapur aviation is concerned,
right,
I think you should not read too much. It is just company had a fleet of helicopter and plane which has been put in this aviation company.
Okay. Fair point. Mr. Gaur, I just want to get one more point, clarified. In markets, there are a lot of rumors. Some are good rumors, some are bad rumors. There is a rumor that JP Group has defaulted in some of their fixed deposit interest payouts. Is that a complete rumor? Would you like to use that rumor? Would you like to use this forum to completely quell that rumor?
I am sitting in front of you and I want to tell you that I am deeply hurt that people with some vested interest are trying to create baseless stories, wrong rumors. With the grace of God, justice will happen. As far as group is concerned, no asset is restructured. As a group is concerned, we have not defaulted on any obligation and we shall not default ever. And that is something which I want to say. We have taken up with SEBI also that people are trying to hit our share price for some reasons which we do not know. It is some people with vested interest creating rumors, and I want to reconfirm that group is meeting all its obligations and has strong fundamentals to meet all its obligations in future.
Right, Mr. Gaur, thank you for that clarification, and on behalf of the entire ETNOW team, thank you for candidly answering all our questions. Really appreciate your time, and I wish you good luck going forward.
Thank you.
Let's take a break. 92 points up for the Bank Nifty, 56 points up for the Nifty Spots. The markets are bouncing back, but it's all about macro, rupee, interest rates and economic recovery. More on that with an expert, Ajay Shah, Senior Fellow with NIPFP.